Hi ladies and gentlemen, Moreno Ravenberg here again. I am going to cover the topic of today's matter really quick. This video is also going to be short, mainly because there's not a lot to say. I'll be covering in this video my piece or my research on the Archangel Uriel. As usual, you can find the link to the article itself in the description below, along with all other helpful links. Not that I think that I'm going to link any other articles. In any case, I'm going to talk about Oriel, the Archangel Uriel today. For practitioners or people that already are familiar, at least in an armchair or theoretical sense, people that are familiar in a theoretical or armchair sense with general Western tradition and the Kabbalah, know Oriel. Oriel is basically in the ritual of the lesser ritual of the pentagram. I'm sorry, that's double. The lesser ritual of the pentagram, also known as the LDRP. Oriel is one of the angels that is called upon. You basically call upon Oriel, Michael, Raphael, and Gabriel. And Oriel is in the north, and within that context, within the ritual, the LDRP ritual, the lesser banishing ritual of the pentagram, he's also linked to Taurus. Yeah, he's linked to Taurus, as last that I can remember. And he's known as the Archangel of the Earth, and so on. Oh wow, this brings back memories. This was a good while ago that I practiced the LDRP, over I think 2 years ago that I practiced, or 3 years ago that I mastered the LDRP. And as it goes, in front of me Raphael, behind me Gabriel, on my right Michael, and on my left Oriel. And yeah, but aside from that, I do need to point out the difference though. Oriel does rule the earth, but in a different way than Sandalphon, okay? He has dominion over the earth, but in an entirely different context, more in an elemental context, whereas Sandalphon has dominion over the earth in a more physical context, right? Yeah, he says yes, in a more physical context, okay? Sandalphon has dominion over the earth in a physical context, so Oriel in an elemental context more. Oriel reminds me of Michael in terms of his skill set. Oriel has more, again, you pronounce his name Oriel. You can also say Uriel. That's the way it's literally written down. It's spelled Uriel, but I simply pronounce it Oriel because that's the way I'm used to pronouncing it back in my LDRP days. Let's see. Yeah, regarding skill set, that's what I was going to say. Regarding skill set, Oriel reminds me of the Archangel Michael in the sense that he's a jack of all trades. He's a jack of all trades. Oriel corresponds to Mars, but obviously he's not Martian. It's simply, specifically 3 degrees in Aries. It simply aligns or points out to the fact that he is of a fiery nature. And you name it, you can read in the article. There are enough links where you can read all about Oriel. Oriel covers a variety of topics. He's also known as the Archangel of the Sun. Not literally Archangel of the Sun, just Angel of the Sun in, I think, Enoch. He is also linked to the Garden of Eden, where he is one of the guardians, I think. You name it, with a flaming sword. He's also known as one of the cherubims. He's identified as a cherub, which is true, he says. So that explains enough, okay? But yes, he is of a fiery nature. And again, he covers a bunch of topics. The art specifically, any art form, science, money, so financial income. All of these things are topics that he covers, but specifically his strongest character trait, or his strongest skill, I'd say, is knowledge of the cosmos, okay? In a scientific way. Astrology is a perfect example. He has dominion up to a certain point over all celestial bodies. Of course, we're talking about over the universe, all the planets, the solar systems, the stars, and so on, as appointed by God. And that is also what he excels in. If you want to know anything about that, astronomy, astrology, any form of science, or any kind of knowledge that you wish to obtain regarding the universe or the cosmos as a whole, then yeah, Oriel, I can't think of anybody better than Oriel to consult, okay? I remember back in the day when I wanted more knowledge, I was seeking out a spirit that could teach me about, or that could make me more knowledgeable about the universe and about astrology overall. Specifically astrology, I'm sorry, not the universe, astrology overall. I wanted to refine and really own my astrological skills and knowledge, and the first person that I had picked for that is the Goetic spirit Amy. But then I came across Oriel in Enoch, and Oriel is a much better, or a generally much better and a more suited individual for that, or a more suited spirit to work for that aspect. And my readings and so on confirm that. I literally can't think of anybody else better, any better person to work with, for obtaining astrological knowledge than Oriel. He is literally the best to work with, and the appearance that he takes is that of a tall angel, just like the other archangels. Generally speaking, the 7 archangels, a lot of them, Gabriel, Oriel, my own Lord Samael, the archangels, Sandalphon, Ethan, all of these guys are incredibly tall, okay? They're really huge. Michael is the only one that has an average height, but of course that doesn't matter. I'm just stating that as a novelty. Not that it's any indication of being lesser or anything like that. Of course not. Obviously not. But in any case, Oriel appears as a huge tall angel, dressed in yellow with blonde hair, but hair color can be changed, of course. That's prone to change. His robe that he wears is primarily yellow, but there are also other colors on other parts of it. Let's just say at the bottom, for example, at the end of his robe, there are other colors. We're talking about a multicolored bottom. His robe is at the bottom is multicolored. Several colors, okay, olive, russet, and so on. These are typical earth colors in the Kabbalah and in the context of the lesser banishing ritual of the pentagram. That's exactly what it reminds me of. The second I saw Oriel for the first time, I was like, wow, I can really see the whole LDRP aspect of you when looking at you. And of course all the other aspects too, the fact that he's pegged as an angel of the sun, cherub, and so on. I could see the whole yellow and everything, and all the other colors immediately remind me of the sun, and they remind me of earth. So I was like, yeah, okay, I see the connection right away. That's why you look the way you do. And he told me, yeah, if you want to become more knowledgeable on astrology, I can definitely help you out with that. But I've been putting it off, and I don't think I'm going to work with him anytime soon, okay? It's just something that I was back in the day when I was brainstorming. But he still visits me regularly every now and then, just to check upon me and to see what I want to do in terms of gaining astrological knowledge. I am interested in working with him, but at least not for the time being. I don't know if I'll ever work with him in the long term, but I'm definitely going to record that I'm going to document that if I do so, if I obtain results in working with him extensively. So that is it. All I did was brainstorm in working with him or in dealing with him. But Oriel is definitely a good one to work with, okay? And like I said, he covers multiple subjects and topics. But the other ones, let's just say money and so on, those things aren't his specialty, to put it that way. His specialty is knowledge and wisdom regarding the universe in a scientific way. So that is basically it.